Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Excellence. I'm your host, Todd Baldwin, and today we have Colby Tolbert, the owner of Tolbert Garage Door. Colby, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Just putting out fires. You know how us business owners do.
I know we were just chatting about how it's Friday, but we're going 100 miles an hour. You ready for the weekend?
I am, man. Some baseball tournaments with the kiddos, softball. I think McKenna has one game, but time to click it into dad mode. I'm ready. How about yourself?
Yeah, my kids are. I got one back from college, and another one graduating next week. So I'm over the little league days, but I miss those sports days. To be honest with you, it's a lot of fun. Enjoy it while you can.
I do. I stay present in them. I know, time's just traveling so quick. I can't believe it's almost June, but yeah, I stay real present. So,
I know. It's April's gone, and we're almost halfway through May. So time is 2026 is flying. But let's jump into this thing. So Colby, for all our listeners hearing about Tolbert Garage Doors for the first time, give us a quick overview of what all you guys do.
man, we do a lot. Residential, commercial, service, repair, new install. We can be as anywhere from a two-bedroom house to O'Reilly Auto Parts. We maintain all of them in North Texas. So very broad from everything, but real simple. Garage doors and garage door openers.
I got you. So residential and commercial.
Yes, sir.
Which is there? What side of that is the majority of the business, or is it
Pretty
split
split
kind of
down the
equal?
middle. The longer the business has been in business, has allowed us to generate more revenue to go after the general public. But in the first 5 years, it's a lot of maintaining relationships and developing them on the commercial side. Uh, and as you start to grow and develop more and more money or gain more and more money, that's when you can switch it over and go after the general public. So slowly, it's kind of leveled itself out.
I got you. And so tell us, forgot this part, but tell us where you're located. What areas do you serve?
Man, all of North Texas. So Dallas, Fort Worth as a whole, all the way to the Oklahoma border to Louisiana border, south of like Waco, and then as west as Weatherford, if not a little further than that. So North Texas.
Yeah, Dallas Fort Worth, I just read recently, population is approximately 8.4 million people now. That's a lot of people, a lot of it's a lot of homes and a lot of businesses. So
No,
big geographic area, and you cover it all.
it's insane. Yeah, we do it all, and some reasons for that. Never a lot of people wanna be Mesquite's garage door, and they stay in there, and they don't wanna drive, but you're never I had a vision of just, when I was in my 20s of, I wanna take it all over, and you're never gonna do that if you're just staying in your own backyard. We do radio, TV, we do all kinds of, sorry, something's coming on a click. We do all kinds of marketing all over the region. So we gotta if they hear us on the radio and they're 30 miles, 40 miles away, we still gotta go hit that job. So yeah, we do everywhere.
I got you. Well, let's rewind the clock. I want to jump more into that service area because there's a lot of windshield time. I'm curious how you fight that. But before we answer that, tell us how you got started in this garage door business and how you got started in your entrepreneurial journey.
Okay. Entrepreneur I'll start with first. My mom owns her own business. My grandpa owned a classic business in Arlington, classic car parts called Antique Auto Supply. Used to do swap meets with him growing up and sell at his place and learned a lot of values there. He was on Texas Country Reporter, if you've ever seen that, and yeah, just look up Antique Auto Supply. So, built into me there, and then my dad, he was actually I'm a second generation garage door guy. My dad was a big name on the wholesale and distribution side of it in the Metroplex. So as I grew up, I mean, I'm always in those warehouses and at his work, graduated high school, started becoming a warehouse manager, unloading trucks and cutting windows and doors, insulating doors, and then managing facilities. And then in about 2016, 17, I was like, it's time. So I jumped out in the service side, and it's been beneficial having all those resources on the back end where most just little garage door companies might not have. But that's my story.
Okay. Well, hey, well, congratulations taking that entrepreneurial jump. Um, like I always say, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur until it's time to jump off the cliff or
They're halfway
time to
down it.
give up that paycheck, right? So how many years ago did you start Tolbert?
I got it, put a DBA on it in 2014, but then was kind of halfway in, halfway out. But went hot and heavy in 2017.
Gotcha. What was the hardest part of actually going all in?
I was at a point in my life. It wasn't a hard decision. We had just had our third kid. I wanted to change the legacy. I was the one pair of shoes kind of all year long kind of kid, and a lot of my friends was real big reason to my success in high school and stuff, just taking care of you, giving you clothes, shirts. So I wanted to change the legacy and give them something that would last to kids that I'll never even know. Someday someone's gonna look at a picture and say, "Who is that?" And they're gonna say, "That's your great 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 grandpa, and he started all this." And that was my why through all the hard times. So uh yeah.
Oh, I like that. So you just you want this to be a legacy business to continue on. I got you.
100%.
I like that because there's a lot of people, private equity. We talked about this earlier, out trying to gobble up these home service businesses. So, but you're more, hey, let's grow this thing and retain it and pass it on.
And that's the hard thing because up until, probably even a year ago, I mean, we do so much in the community, so many people see us and all the work that's going into it. And I always use that as a challenge. I mean, as motivation when they would try to buy me out. I've been, you name it, from manufacturers to private equity to other garage door companies, and I'm always like, no. But I use that as a pat on the back that people are seeing you and what you're doing is working.
Sure.
So, but I am starting to get more my head wrapped around, if it was the pri or the a good merger or a good partnership where I could come in and still do what I do, if it could expand it exponentially on the growth, then that would be beneficial. And I'm looking more to that, but it would still have to align with the kids being plugged in for life, family tree. It's got to be a great fit in that aspect, not just a sell and run.
I got you. I like that, man. I've been talking to a lot of entrepreneurs on this podcast. So, and it's funny because so many of them have been approached about selling, but, the majority is not really interested in that part yet. Right. So, everybody's got to make their own choice. My experience is just make sure, I always say I read this years ago about a company that they went through the process of selling like 3 or 4 times knowing they weren't gonna sell. They just wanted to learn everything they could about the process, so when they were ready to sell, they feel like they could maximize their value. So I thought that was a
Genius.
interesting take, and then the only other thing is sometimes the trains all leave the station, right? So you gotta look at that too, right? Meaning the buyers could go away, this could get cold, but hey,
You
it's not the end of the world if you don't
you
sell.
just hit the nail with the hammer. Strike when the iron's hot, and and another motivation. There's so many very successful businessmen who have found their way to doing what they love by selling that first company that got them their riches. Mark Cuban, he got to have the Mavericks and win a world championship. Elon Musk got to go to space. There's so many by selling PayPal. It's not a bad thing if it allows you to bolt you to where you wanna go and have the, freedom while you're doing projects of something that you love.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay to take some chips off the table.
Agreed.
Uh, I think the old saying, "The first million is the hardest to make." Your
Yep.
first million is hardest to make. Easier to make money when you have some money. Lots of sayings out there, but I like your theory, man. It's something to be said. If at all possible, I'd really like to pass this down to my kids and let them continue to build this thing. I'm curious in the back kind of the early years, just anything come to mind as far as mistakes that you made early on that helped you shape the company the way it is today?
Yeah, as you grow and your company grows and you especially a bootstrap company, procedures just get better. In 2023, I thought, man, I'm finally making it. We were signed as the official garage door company of the Texas Rangers. We were in 2 locations, one in Fort Worth, one in Dallas, got to about 15 employees. And from that, I had a general manager who had been here for 2 years, real loyal to this guy. I mean, I did a lot for him. And he was making so much good money, and everything was lined up for success. As we grow, he would grow. But after about 2 years in, come to find out they were stealing for another 2 years. So at his 2-year mark is when it about started. So he was with me for 4 years. So on his last 2 years with me, him, about 4 of the technicians, the front desk lady, they were all operating as Tolbert Garage Door as they went to these jobs, and they weren't, "We'll come back on the weekend and do it cheaper." They were, "Here, we're Tolbert," and they were actually more expensive than I, so I was losing on whatever it costs to get that call, the gas, they're paying them to go to it, supplies, parts. So that was one of the best learning experiences that thank God it didn't sink me because it just made us so much stronger. Everything's point of sale CRM systems. There's GPS and cameras in every car. We went from paper invoices to efficient everything. It'll send you a quote, text. You know how all the good systems are. So one of my biggest benefits was learning from that. So I would say put systems in place maybe earlier before that occurs. Put that dog beware a dog sign on your house before it gets broken into, or those cameras up before you get
Yeah.
robbed. That's about what I would like to share on that.
Hey, that's a great answer, and also kinda answered a question I was gonna ask you next, which I'm not, but the question was, what do you know now that you wish you knew when you first started? I think what you just said answers that as well. So, hate that, you had good people stealing from you. I hear that. I've heard that a lot over 20 plus years of being in business, and it can happen easy, you know? Hey, I'm really trustworthy of my office manager. She's in our books and, all that, but
You
there's
never
always
know.
a like
You
I
never know, Todd, and
no, I
how.
just make sure you're double checking, right?
Yeah, 100%. How I like to say it is you never know. I would have took a bullet for that man the day before. I wanted to put one in him the day after. So you never know who or what. And it's kind of halfway your fault too. If I put $100 bill in our office room, I'd hope nobody would take it. But if I have 50, 60 people in and out in a day, it's real tempting for someone to just grab that and take it because you don't have any systems in place to guard your $100. So now when there's systems in play, it kind of prevents somebody's mindset of even going there of, ooh, there's that 100. You know what I mean? They know everything's in
Sure.
place.
Yeah, no, 100%. You just gotta checks and balances,
Yes,
man,
sir.
right?
Yes,
And
sir.
and I think even then, and because it happens so often, it's if somebody really wants to steal from
They're
you,
going to get you.
they can get you, right? I mean, because we trust our people, and you just said I would have taken a bullet for that guy the day before, and so a lot of lessons there. Just always be double checking, have systems in place to I guess try to protect from that. Which it sounds like you put a ton of stuff in there
Yep.
afterwards. I'm curious. You mentioned we talked a little bit about DFW, Dallas Fort Worth area. For our listeners not here, I'm in DFW too, so Toby and I are both
Locals.
local, but Colby. But how do
You're
you
close.
manage windshield time? It was funny when we first talked. I always do a little prep call before we do our recording, but I've worked with a lot of garage door companies, and so I'm just curious if you operate kind of how some of them did. They would actually have technicians stationed throughout DFW that lived there. So if a call came in 40 miles away from your office, you had a tech over there. Do you guys operate in that same way?
We don't. It's efficient for them, but a lot of them have like satellite, not a true office or something. I like to start the tone and the mood of the day with my guys. So we do a morning meeting here at the Mesquite location, which is centralized to the Metroplex, which is very nice. Pump up, go through not only the day, the jobs, but what kind of events we got going on, and it's really hard to set your morale or really culture if they're not coming in where you can talk to them, boost them up. How's your day going? Know their problems that's going on. What if he had a problem with his wife the night before and he had to stay at a hotel or something's going on there? How did I get to hear that in the morning when I look at his face and say, if he's not there, but if he's here, What's wrong, Tom? What's going on? So no, I like everybody here and then dispatching out. There might be days where we finish up late and I just tell the guys take the truck home, convenience. But other than that, we all started out as a team in the morning. We do our meeting and then we get out of here.
What time do y'all meet?
8 o'clock. I'm normally up here 4:35.
4:35.
4:30
Wow.
or 5.
How are you up so early? Give me some of that mojo, man.
Is burning
I'm up at 6:30. I'm feeling
I'm
good.
36, but I've been doing it for about 10 years, so it's running low. That's why I'm gonna team up. But really, my mindset on that one, Todd, was I'm not gonna be that guy who justifies being able to give my family all this financial freedom and all the things I wanted to do, but now not be present and say, "Well, I did that." So if I can get that, if I come in at 8 or 9 is a 12-hour day, and that's dark by the time I get in. If I can get in at 4 and I can get to 4, right at the time to get home, kids are getting from school, go do dinner. There's always a sport and practice event. I'm a head coach for a lot of these. It allows me to give them all my time for them and then also the work. And then another big key thing is my employees. When I get here at 4 or 5, I have a lot I gotta do. So if I got here when they got here and I'm straight in my office, how am I setting the mood for the day if they're in there and I'm not there? How am I setting the tone? I gotta be able to get my stuff done so when they walk in, they're getting all my energy. What's going on? How was the night? How was your day? One of my guys is off today because he's having a kid, his very first child, CJ, and I wanna be here when they come in so I can congratulate them, see them. So
I love hearing that because it's a little old school in there, meaning there's so much remote right now.
yeah,
Most of my team is remote. I mean, we have a digital marketing agency, so when COVID hit, it didn't hurt us because we're still remote, but I'm an office guy. I still work out of an office. Um, I have another office here, team kinda comes in and out, but for the most part, we're remote. I've got people, in other states, so it's been a big learning curve over the years to still how do you develop culture, right?
yeah,
How do you, respond to your team when you don't see them. So I like that. I think there's still a ton of value in that central office. And you have a physical presence, right? I mean, you have an actual
yeah,
building.
yeah, we have a
You're not
showroom.
satellite. How big has that been as far as helping your business grow? Because you're up I-30, a major,
Huge,
I-30 is a major interstate going throughout the United States, right? You've got a big building, big sign, Tolbert Garage Doors. How's that helped you in building trust with local homeowners and just the community?
huge. We're one of the only, like, 2 garage door companies on the service side that have a true showroom. A lot of people, it's an unlicensed state, so they just run out of their house and with a truck. So it also, 2 things, location is key, we've heard that our whole lives, and then number 2 on that is establishment. It's not by putting that building there, it wasn't gonna do anything that first year, we're a call to action, so they gotta see that, and then when the garage door breaks is when they're gonna call us, so we've been here 6 years now, so first 5, or 4, 3, 4 out of the house to here, yeah, great establishment, great, sense of, like, that company's gonna be reliable, if they're not gonna just run, if they don't do good work, I know where they're at, I can find them. Not just one of those
They can come
companies.
talk to you.
Yeah, it does, it brings value.
No, I think that's, it's huge too in the marketing side. We'll dive in a little bit of that here in a sec, but having that physical location is key as well. Let's talk a little bit about your team and culture, right? Because in the service business, customer experience often depends on the person who shows up at the house, right? And you guys are literally going to the house. So how do you make sure your team represents the brand the right way?
Whew, that one is by hiring. You gotta know who comes into your house before, you try and kick them out, it's always easier that way. What a lot of companies hire garage door technicians who have backgrounds in the field, or they'll hire people with experience, and that's cool when you're in a crunch or you're all this call volume and you can't obtain it. But What I've learned is hire people off their character, and I really like younger guys too, 18, 19, well, not 18, 19, 20, 21, that are moldable. You can mold them, that you see their values, and then you train them on garage door stuff. And now you know who's going up to that door, like you said. Uh, it's a lot. It takes more time. A lot of companies don't like to train them up and then they leave to other companies. But if you're doing it right, they're gonna stay with you. If you treat them like family and you're, uh when your wins should be their wins and their wins should be your wins and everybody wins. I love to give this analogy of we all live in the village. I don't care if you're the mayor of the village or you're the fisherman or what. We all drink from the same well. So it doesn't matter if someone dilutes the well, we all die. If someone drinks too much, we all die. So it has to be a good ecosystem where we're all living off of this well, no matter who we are within the company or within the village. And when you get an ecosystem like that, it's crazy how fast you can grow because the customers see it.
Sure. Yeah, and I mean, it's, culture's everything. You said I like younger people too, a lot of times when I'm hiring. I've had success with older people as well. I'm older now, so if I was ever looking for a job, I'd hope someone hired me. But, there's something to be said for that, younger person that's got a great work ethic that you can mold, right? They don't come in with a bunch of bad habits or, "Hey, we used to do it this way at this company," or whatnot. What are you actually looking for when hiring and training people for your business in the garage door industry?
That's really it. You want to first, it's a demanding industry, and we do a lot of commercials, so we might be lifting some heavy doors. So I definitely want somebody who's not going to be can't get their hands dirty or lift something. But then after the physical attributes, just really, yes sir, no sir is so big. I teach my kids that you people don't realize yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, please, thank you. That will open doors for you. Those 4 or 5 simple words that you would be astonished how little those words are, but how much they can do. So that
Sure.
out of a first interview of yes sir, no sir, uh, staff to go into that meeting and someone just did an outstanding thing or something great, and you give them a heck of a raise, like you get a $3 raise right now. Thank you. I mean, the morale in the building just goes up, and everybody else sees that, and they're like, man, it's not that I have to wait a year. I'm going to start working my ass off that month before evaluations. It's you never know when this guy's going to come in here and give a raise. So,
Sure.
keeping that atmosphere.
No, I like that too. Money is a huge motivator. When I got into sales management back a long time ago, late 90s, and I'm showing how old I am. I'm a little older than you. All right,
Not
Colby.
much, not much.
When I used to read all the time, I'd read all about employees and I was big had a big sales career I was over. But I still believe this today, but back then, they said the number one motivator that employees like more than anything is paid time off, PTO, paid time off. So, how do you handle it with your guys? Do you have a set number of days? Do you have an open policy as long as they don't abuse it? How do you award time
That's
off?
kinda how we are. It's an open policy as long as you don't abuse it. If you need off CJ's off for the last 2 days. He thought it was his son was coming yesterday, but ended up coming about an hour ago. So I'm gonna pay him to go with it. As long as nobody's taking advantage and everybody's just giving. There's always I'm real big about family, and you're not gonna miss that dads and donuts. You're not gonna miss that field day with your kid. So just go open and go. Haven't really had to put a policy plan into play or anything like that. If you've been with me for more than 2 years, I put you on my insurance. That's a motivating to keep them at least 2 years. And once you're there 2 years, I don't pay half. I pay all your insurance. Uh,
That's a big benefit.
that's a huge benefit. If they've gave me 2 years, I know they're committed to me. I'm gonna commit to them and their family. So just convenience with family time. We just went to the IDA show in Vegas and took 2 of my guys. Of course, they're not paying for anything, but another morale booster. Let them go and see how all these companies are perceiving Tolbert and how much of a name recognition we're getting, not just in Texas, but around the country. And they came back so fired up and hungry, they beat me that Monday into work. So, I mean,
They're ready to go.
bring them
Yeah.
in, bring them in. Yeah.
I like that. Hey, that insurance is a big thing, and the insurance system's a mess. So and it just goes up and up. So to absorb that cost is pretty inspiring for you to be able to offer that to your guys or ladies who work for you. So I haven't heard that one, but I haven't really talked about insurance with other entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
But it's something we fight, and I don't say fight with. It's just that the plans go up and up and up. And I have a lot of guys, they just opt out. They feel like they could find it cheaper. I pay for half, 50%. I'm not paying 100%. We used to, but you're making me feel bad now.
No, it
But
just it helps retain them.
yeah, our plan has gotten so expensive. Some have just, hey, I can get it cheaper, you know.
Are you shopping it every year?
Yeah, we've shopped it, but it needs to be shopped have it more aggressively.
Yeah.
But I might talk to you that off record
Yeah,
about
for
what you're
sure.
doing and what kind of plan you have because it's the most frustrating part. One of my least favorite things every year is to look at insurance.
Yeah, I
Let's
agree.
talk a little about marketing. I know you're big on the fan. It's one of the sports radio stations here in DFW. How has that worked out for you? Because a lot of people, I think, especially in service business, don't think radio would work or generate good leads or I guess have enough budget to have enough repetition on that radio station to get to see an ROI.
Frequency.
How's it
Yeah,
work
they
for
call
you?
it frequency, and if you're not and you're right, you put yourself on there once or twice a week or even once or twice a day, it's not gonna give you enough frequency, and here's in service. If I'm a burger joint and I'm selling hamburgers, I could play a radio ad and incentivize you to come get that burger today with if I great ad, great pricing, great value on whatever I'm selling. You're gonna eat 3 times a day. Your garage door might not you break. You might have a great garage door. So in order to do that, you have to be established on there, not a 3-month campaign, a 4-month, but actual years. So after being on there 6 years, it has just, established us on that in the sports, everybody who's working in the industries, whether you're a cop, a firefighter, construction, they normally have their radio on. It's the perfect storm because it just has, solidified us with in so many ways. And then as far as sports radio, radio's a dying breed, but you gotta find niches, and, so let's do a pie chart. Half of this pie is listening to Sirius XM, half's Bluetooth. You might have a little bit that's radio. And then even with that little bit, when the commercial comes on, they're presetting and they got 10. But for some reason, 105.3 The Fan and sports radio, they call themselves Tolos. They turn it on and leave it on. They religiously listen to this all day. And we're in a
Turn
great
it on, leave it on. Tolo, I haven't heard of that. Go
yeah,
ahead,
that's
but
what
I haven't heard Tolo.
that's what they called themselves. When I joined with them 6 years ago, they were like, "We're gonna do a discount code for you, Tolo," and I was like, "That's kinda cheesy, guys. Tolbert, like, shorten it." And they're like, "No, you'll see. That's what our fans call theirself." And, yeah, we're about to be doing a firehouse tour with them. We've done about 6 live broadcasts at our store where they come in. They're normally at a lot of bars or big establishments or this and that, but they're in a garage door place because 'cause we're that family niched with them. Every one of them's a first name basis friend with me. So that's been a big key. It's not something that's going to be successful if you're just trying to throw money at it for a month or even a year. But if you have in the service trade and you want to establish a brand for the long haul, it's very beneficial.
Yeah, it's a big brand recognition too over time. I listen to the fan a little bit. I listen to the tickets, the other sports radio station, but I hear a lot of repetition on there. And you got to think, hey, if they're on there year after year after year, it's they're getting a good ROI, right? It's got to be paying for itself and making them not just. I hate let me rephrase that because one thing drives me crazy is when a customer will say, "I just want my marketing to pay for itself," or maybe it's a new customer we're
Yeah.
talking to. I'm like, we want your marketing. We want you to make money, right? We want you to have a positive ROI, not just break even. But yeah, no, it's got to be worth 6 years. Yeah, it's got to have a good ROI. What do you do digitally? I mean, I know you have your website up, man. Are you currently doing Google Ads?
I
You doing
have
local service
I
ads?
don't pay for anything on the internet. To be honest, anything that
No,
money can do, hustle and money on social media and an online presence are about the exact same. If not, hustle might be valued at a little more. You can spend money and get the same amount you can get with hustle, and that's the first time in any time in business history that that's been able to happen. Back in the '90s when you were dealing with garage door, you had to spend money to become into the yellow pages on a billboard. You had to spend money to get recognized. Where now, if with social media, how much does it cost for us to log in? It's free. If you hustle and you make a brand and you establish yourself in a region, which has been beneficial because I'm from here, so I have so many relationships, but you can do so much with hustling on social media if you're just willing to do it. So I do all my social media. I do all of our events. Don't get me wrong, I have people come and help me maintain them, but as far as the back and the behind the scenes, I do all that. So
So when you say hustle, you're just talking about organic posting on social media, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. I agree. There's if you can, that is all free because you can post, you can build up audiences and so forth. But as far as I know, you have a website up, but you've never run paid
no,
ads. Or
and here's why, even though no, never paid ads. It's over time, it's just direct. You just see the growth to our website just going from direct. And that's how I wanted to do it. I didn't want to do third-party sources. I didn't want to do Angie's List. Our Google reviews has 12, we're at 11.99. So I think today
oh, that 11.99. You need one more. You're at 1,200.
we're gonna get there today. So but
Well, see, that is something you are doing though digitally with your profile is you're getting reviews, and that's helping you.
that
And if
shows.
I haven't looked at how you're showing up online, I'd be curious to see how does Tolbert show up? Because paid ad, I mean, and it's great. If you built a business, you didn't have to do paid ads, you didn't have to deal with the frustration of Google's cost per click going up and up,
Never.
or their local service ads and how that they always tweak that model. But even organically, right? Even if you want just having people to find you organically on page one, so you're not paying to get clicked on with ads, that takes time and typically money too, because either you've got to hire someone to do it or hire a third party like us, say, to do it. But that there is a big, if it's making money and it's just another channel that has a positive ROI, then yeah, I would think it's definitely worth doing.
And
Don't have to, but it's very rare that I run into somebody who's been able to grow without really putting any kind of investment into campaign.
It's a slow rolling process, and your focus is really on the brand as a whole and the longevity of it. In the very beginning of the day, I mean, you might have seen the clip. We were on Good Morning Texas, and I have the stencil I made when I decaled. We used to do painted signs and put them up all over the Metroplex, and that generated a lot of business in the first year or two. So and then another big key is if you really dive in and get into the community, the people know you and what you do, and then when it's time to the action of service, needing a garage door, that's when they'll go and look for you specifically. I never wanted to compete with the people that don't know us and going. I always wanted to get it to be a household name. When it's that time to get a garage door, you're calling Tolbert. So we're in every high school. We're in the tickets. We're on when you entries. We're in. I go on next Monday to Poteet High School to go speak to all the seniors. I am so engraved into the community as a whole that it kind of establishes yourself. So if someone's going on to Google, it's normally they're typing in Tolbert Garage Door. They're not typing garage door
Yeah,
repair.
that's the direct traffic you're talking about. And so a lot of branding in this community, grassroots, really, just getting your name out there. So when they do have a garage door problem, your Tolbert's already coming to their mind. And they're so that's interesting. Yeah. I mean, hey, there's nothing better than direct traffic or referral or like someone referring you or you having such a big brand or name recognition, they just go and type because that's free traffic,
Yeah.
right? Google's not charging you anything. That's part of the organic traffic. The difference is they're typing in Tolbert versus garage door repair mesquite, right? And the same thing with the AIs, right? They with now with ChatGPT and Claude and all these other um AI engines, people are on there typing in these really long tail questions. So we think there's a big value there to try to make sure you're showing up there as well. Something maybe to think of as you evolve, right? I mean, how do I get more business maybe in other areas where they don't have the name recognition? Maybe it's Tarrant County, right? The county east of Dallas for those not listening to us. just interesting. I could talk marketing all day, but I'm curious because homeowners are online all the time looking for garage door companies, or they're now going to AI, right? What mistakes do you think homeowners make when choosing a garage door company?
And it's something that I'm finding myself having to really show our image and family in this is because when you're a homeowner, you tend to go to that first, second, or third name that you just Googled or that was brought to you, and you take it as valuable that they're up there for a reason and that this good quality. But you'll find that man, a lot of them aren't, and, getting 3 quotes, even, I love to tell people to get quotes, it solidifies you as who you are, and if you came in there with nothing but honesty and respect and not pushy on sales, those other quotes sell the job for you, so, just getting quotes, don't go off the first ones, look at reviews. When you're looking at reviews, here's a big key because we have a lot of satellite pop-up locations going on with these fake locations and garage doors. Go drive up there and see if they're there, first of all. And if it's not, they're just trying to target that Google Map location, and that's why they have 30 over there. Secondly, click on reviews. They're getting so good at deleting the reviews fast, and getting them taken. And I don't want to talk too much. You'll probably heard in the garage door industry, we have some other countries coming in and kind of really manipulating the garage door industry. Have you heard of any of this, Todd? One
No.
country specific? Well, what
Well, you talking about there's a guy from Houston coming in.
No, not Houston. I'm talking about a country that's kind of found a niche in the garage door industry in
No.
America, and they're kind of doing these tactics in all kinds of ways, and they're smart as hell, but uh, they're getting their reviews taken off. So if you can go to reviews, always click on the newest ones. Because they're generating you, the algorithms are showing you what they want you to think you're going to see. But if you click on the newest, you're going to see those negative reviews that have came in before they've been deleted or taken off. Uh, so I say always when you're looking on reviews, even if they have 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000, click on the reviews and click on lowest or newest. So that way you can see all the ones that aren't being filtered to you to get a real good algorithm or knowledge of, man, do I like this company or not?
No, I like that too. There's Google takes the reviews seriously too. So all these satellite offices, typically those don't work long term. They might have a short term win, but Google tries to. I do give Google a little bit of credit. I don't give them a lot of credit, but I give them a little bit of credit there for trying to keep the system pure as far as real locations, right? Real reviews and so forth. Because I have seen Google Business Profiles get blackballed, just delisted because of violating the terms and conditions. I'm curious what excites you in the next 3 to 5 years with Tolbert?
Uh, right at that age where it's going to be merging, where I get to finally get to do what I said I wanted to do and work with my kids. My oldest daughter's 16. Uh, Middle daughter's 13. So I think in about 5 years, and that's a personal thing. As far as business and growth, maybe aligning with the right partnership and seeing where this could really take off with capital behind it and a team behind it of in this industry. So kind of cool. I wanted to go all over and do all these other locations after my manager stole from me. I kind of tampered it down to one. And then I kind of realized everybody's coming into Dallas Fort Worth, like you said, 8 million. Everybody's coming here. Shit, they're coming here. Oh, sorry. They're coming here for a reason. I'm going to protect this home. And if everybody's coming here, I'm already here in a heck of a head start. It's really just solidifying this within this region and holding down the Alamo. Texas
No, I
guys.
like. Yeah, yeah. Those are all great, man. I love your enthusiasm. You got a lot of energy. I can see why you want to be there for the team
Yes,
because
sir.
you're really very positive, upbeat, and I bet your team feeds off of that.
Yes,
As
sir.
we kind of wind this up, I'm curious what if somebody, because there's a young Colby Tolbert right out there saying, "Hey, what am I going to do?" Right. So, what advice would you give to someone thinking about maybe getting into the trades or starting a garage door service business?
It's a smart decision not going to college. It's kind of swapped because the service industry, but I would just say stay true to yourself. Always go into a job and make yourself. A lot of kids these days always want to know how much am I going to make, how much there. Go into a job and work for free for 2 weeks and if you really put in that work ethic, watch what happens. But on a realistic base, if you're don't worry so much of what you're getting paid now. Make yourself so valuable into that company that you're invaluable. You have to be there. Uh so that way you're really gonna see what you're worth when you say, "Hey, I got another job opportunity." You're gonna get what you demand at that point. Find a why. Life's gonna get hard. You're gonna come into some days you don't want to do it no more, and you're ready to give up. And without a why, I think even there's a few times I would have gave up, to be honest. But I knew my kids, my legacy, and everything that you're not ever gonna beat me, because my why is that great. So find a why. Stay true to yourself. Be honest and good to people. Do things in your community without the expectation of getting things in return. And one of the greatest things of my journey, about 18, 19, I really didn't, it was there, but really didn't believe in God. And all the trials and tribulations through the last 10, 11 years has brought me so close to God that I know, it's a sense of power that you're unstoppable no matter who you go against or what the odds are. If you're living right and you're doing everything, I've been faithful for 15 years to my wife. I am so involved in the community. I truly give the shirt off my back to so many people. And then having the knowledge that God has your back behind that, you nobody can mess with you.
I like all that. I think that's a great ending there, Colby.
Thank you, Todd.
What I mean, that's a nice positive end, and I think young people and I think there's a lot to be said not going to college. I mean, I'm a believer both
I
ways, right?
agree.
I've run into too many people now. College wasn't for them when they've just started businesses and they're crushing it and they're in their early 20s. We're onboarding a new client next week. These are college kids and they're crushing in the landscape business. Colby, man, I could talk to you
I
for
know
another
you got
20.
to call it too.
Yeah, we'll end it there. Thank you so much for being on. Let's keep in touch for sure, and tell people how they can find you.
Straight on 30, like Todd said. We're 3916 I-30 in Mesquite. TolbertGarageDoor.com. You put in Tolbert in any social, you'll be like, man, that guy's busy. Or 469-909-0956. Last but not least, any Saturday at the Mesquite Rodeo, we will be there. Come out and have a see the rodeo, a concert at the end. That's where you'll find me this summer.
Awesome, Colby. Great talking to you, man.
Likewise, brother.
Thanks again for all your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Todd.
All right,
Bye.
bye.